some theory in Wing Chun. I've covered a couple things in my other videos, but I want to cover something else before we go on an actual move, and that is changing positions, and I want to go over second hand covering. Okay, now these are both theories in Wing Chun. Now there's different ways to change your position, such as if I'm here and I've just blocked. Now notice my puck hits the arm, but then I move off and I'm still staying, so I'm not touching it. But one of the ideas behind this is second-hand recovery is when I touch and I'm going to hit, the other one touches too. So in other words, if you do a quan and you're touching, and here I've hit again and now here's a puck. So it's really good to keep in mind of second-hand recovery, and it's one of the theories, and you don't see it too often for some reason on a lot of YouTube instructional videos. So that's why I'm putting it out here. So you're not just defending and then attacking, and then defending. Your second-hand recovery is all about maintaining that space. And when you first learn Wing Chun, you learn that you've got your opponent, you've got Man Sao, Wu Sao, and you're coming into his gate. And in order to come into his gate to hit him, you've got to take up space. So your first punch may not even actually land on him, it's just shooting right there at his nose. You're hoping that he touches it or moves it or hits it or whatever, even steps around. But you've taken up space. So it's like chess. You've not hit him. And in other systems, people think, well, if I hit him, it's a point for me. But in Wing Chun, every time you get a point, you're taking up space and you're hurting him. Okay, it's those two principles. So one of the biggest things if you're transitioning from another system into Wing Chun is it's going to be very hard for you to learn to do this and then come in with like a palm strike or something, because most people are just so used to just coming in there for a kill, coming in there to hit. And I'm using open palms right now, which it doesn't matter if you use the sun fist or a palm strike. So with second hand theory, what that does is as you're taking up space, I've not touched the wooden dummy yet. I'm hoping this guy hits my hand. When he does, maybe I roll into a bong and I sidestep in order to attack. And then maybe his other hand comes up here to like push my wrist away. So when he does that, I might pop and then come in and hit. And then I might come in and do a Bu strike with the palm. But the point is, there's the block and the hit, and when my block lets go, my other hand crosses the touch. Now this is a lot easier when you have a partner that's human, because the wooden arms don't move. So it's hard to do second-hand placement theory on a wooden dummy, because I can't say, oh, the dummy's grabbing my hand here. I don't have the real feeling of it. But with a partner, you will. So if your partner were to grab your hand and, I don't know, let's say he's pushing it out so your hand's out here, then you just take a step over if you're on the dummy. And one of the things you can do is Hoon and strike, or you can go into Chin Na, but when they're grabbing you, it's not a bad thing to get out of it, take your space, and then hit. In other systems we see, if somebody's grabbed, we see you've immediately got to control, walk, and hurt the guy. It doesn't always work that way. The only way, one of the best ways to control somebody through Chin Na, which is joint application, is to actually strike, and now his mind is on that pain of where he just got hit and he's wanting to cover, he's wanting to do something. His mind will not be on his hand holding me, and then I can break, do wrist locks, whatever, okay? You see it too much in Aikido, where they just grab the guy, throw the guy. It doesn't work that way. If you're grabbing a guy's wrist, the best thing to do is to punch as you're turning that wrist, and then to hit with the other hand, grab, and then you can take him down. Because it's that punch. It doesn't even matter if you hit hard. It's that punch that gets his mind off here. So with second-hand replacement theory, that's what we're doing. If my hand is touching his hand and I'm going to hit, I might tan now. Now my tan is touching. So in a sense, I have my mind on his face. I have my mind on his hand. He will probably have most of his mind and his thought on the punch that just came in. Okay. You don't have to keep touching the hand. Okay. You don't have to, but what I'm saying is you want to touch, and like I said, it's better with a partner than it is a wooden dummy. So that's one of the applications and theories is second hand replacement. So if I'm doing, let's say I do a tandoff, and the guy still for whatever reason has his hand up. Let's say he threw, make it more realistic. Let's say he threw a long jab, and this is his right hand, and I come in, bam. Now his hand is going to be extended. He's probably even going to be off balance coming towards me, and he's ran into my fist. Now as he's pulling his hand back, I may pock and then punch again because he's pulling his hand back, so I'm really touching his shoulder, maybe even his forearm, but I'm still touching, and that's the point. And then look, here you go again. So that's second hand replacement theory. In other words, I'm not going here and then here, and I've lost sight of it because it's easier to block and feel the guy when you're touching the guy, okay? So, and like I said, it's easier whenever you are on a person rather than a dummy. So, I hope that helps. And the other thing you need to learn in this video is not just second hand replacement, but the theory of taking up space, okay? I'm not hitting the dummy yet. I've come into them, all right? So that's one of the biggest things I see problems with people who are learning from other systems is you're so eager to see that dummy and to hit that dummy right off. But in reality, let's go to Brian Cam. You're here. I've not hit him yet. Okay, it might be my second, or it might be another attack from that same hand, or it might be the second hand coming in. I may be here, and then the second hand come in, bam. Okay, so that is taking space. That's taking up the center. Hopefully, I'm walking him backwards and knocking him off balance.